Today we're in Orewa. The town is situated just 40 kilometres north of Auckland and boasts one of the finest beaches in the country. With its flat terrain, plenty of walking and cycling pathways, and an abundance of cafes, shops and supermarkets, it's no wonder that Orewa is a mecca for holiday makers, as well as an ideal place to put down some senior roots as work slows down and you find you have more leisure time to enjoy the good things in life. Maybe you've considered moving to a retirement village. Well, today we've come along to the Orewa's Evelyn Page Retirement Village to find out what life is like at this Ryman Healthcare complex. The manager is Jill Clark.
There's a lot of reasons why people choose to live in a retirement village. So some of our residents choose to live here because of the security. They use it as a lock-up and leave, so they go on holiday, or we've got a residence here who spend 6 months of the year in Australia and 6 months here. Others like the lifestyle of within the village, so they like to get involved with what goes on, like croquet and bowls, different happy hours, fine dining, all sorts of things that we offer here, and also for the support that they get from their neighbours and everything. Others move into the retirement village because they might have a partner who needs care in our care centre, or could need care in the care centre in the future, so they want to be able to access that as soon as they need it.
We just decided it was time to probably downsize, and we'd had neighbours had recently moved into a retirement village. So we thought we'd have a look before we made the decision, because either downsize and then maybe in 5 or 6 years' time decide to move to a retirement village. If we did that, the only people that were going to get rich were real estate agents. So we, I think one Easter, decided to go and have a look around at different villages. And this was under construction, and one way or another we took the plunge.
So in our village we've got 36 townhouses.
I was in a huge home where I used to live, and to walk down a corridor to an apartment wasn't me. So I'm very, very lucky to find a townhouse available at the time, and everything just fell into place. I was able to sell my home, and I've actually got the biggest garden in the village. I've got all the way around here. It's a huge area, private, sunny, couldn't be happier.
We look after all the gardens. There's a lot of residents move in and that's something that they miss.
But it was a change, because you didn't have your garage to go and play out and do your gardening and that sort of stuff, because I love mowing my lawn.
And then there's about 260 independent apartments. If they come into an independent apartment or to a townhouse, their needs become greater. They can move into a serviced apartment, which is in our village centre. So we have 66 serviced apartments, and they're one-bedroom apartments. And I describe it as like living in a motel with all the services provided and meals as well, so there is a weekly fee. And then we have our care centre, so we have 3 levels to our care centre. So we have our secure unit for our dementia residents. We also have 60 beds for a hospital unit, so we have a dedicated hospital floor, but we also have a dual unit, so that's hospital rooms and rest home as well.
We're classed as totally independent.
Yep.
So we totally look after ourselves. We have to have our own doctors, etc. And ideally, if something goes wrong, you have an accident or whatever, we're still independent. We should call for an ambulance, or the reception or whatever want you to call them.
Yes.
But it's up to you to sort of sort everything out.
So when residents buy into the village, they do have a licence to occupy, which means that they pay, they live in it, they put in their own, furniture and everything like that, just as they would in their house. But we look after all their maintenance. The resident pays a weekly fee, and that covers their maintenance.
Having done our homework on what it would cost us to live in one of these places, it was marginally cheaper to live at home. And in fact, after we moved in here, and the first water rates came in,
we were all immediately
yeah.
saving on a weekly basis. So I'd worked out that we needed, I think at the time it was about $88 a week in outgoings for insurances and things, and $99 here.
Pegged for the rest of our lives.
So we were winning
well
all the
ahead,
way to the bank from about 6 months after we moved in.
So the weekly fee is, at the present, it's $149 a week, but that's set for life. So if you moved in now, that's what you pay for the rest of your life in Evelyn Page. Some residents are only paying $99 a week because that's what they moved in at. So, it's really good security, so residents know where their money is and what their outgoings are.
In the village, I play mahjong, I play table tennis, I use the pool probably every day, and the gym, and I work in the shop in the village, and I work behind the bar. And outside the village, I belong to a Keep Fit class down in Orewa, which I bike to. So yeah, it's all there, and there's still a lot of things that people say, come and have a go at line dancing, come and have a go at bowls. There's so much.
We have a very good neighbour immediately across from the hall. The three of us walk together.
Three times a week, because we have physical exercises on Monday and Wednesday.
In the village centre.
Yeah, we play croquet on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And Saturdays.
And Saturdays.
No, Monday mornings I go to tennis. Tuesdays, if there's a trip on that I want to go, I will go on there. Go somewhere different all the time. Because on Tuesday afternoons we have the bar open for an hour. Then on a Wednesday I go to 10-pin bowling. Thursday is generally my free day. But then again, we have happy hour in the afternoon, later than 4 to 5, so I go to that and enjoy that. There's another different group of people you're mixing with there. Since I've been playing bowls, I've got into mixed with 2 or 3 different groups, which is great.
Because I'm on my own, it's very important to get involved in the village, because otherwise what am I going to do? I'm going to be sitting here on my own, and the whole idea was to have company and develop friendships, which I've done, because it's your friends that while you're an independent person, it's the friends that help you out and look after you, and because you are on your own when you're independent. I mean, obviously if there's a major, the village is there to help, but on the whole you're on your own, you're an independent. I do a huge amount of overseas travel, and to be able to shut my house up and know it's safe and secure, perfect.
What advice would long-standing residents Sue and Stan give to anybody thinking of moving into a retirement village?
Definitely need to go and visit at least 3 or 4 different villages, and ideally villages run by different establishments, because they're all quite different, and look very hard at where they're situated and transport etc. around them, and go and see and check what sort of things that the village puts on for the inhabitants.
A lot of the feedback we have and a lot of the comments are, I wished I'd done it earlier, and then we would have been able to enjoy the village life a whole lot more, whereas some people move in and then one of the other of them has to go into care or something like that. And the more and more of them, and with the population getting older as well, then there's more of a need for it too,
For further information on this programme and more, go to our programme website at www.justthejob.co.nz.